Picture this. You're up there, standing right in front of the hackathon judges. You've got this amazing live moderation app to show off, but the pressure is totally on. How do you pull off a flawless demonstration on real-world content without, accidentally blowing up an actual live subreddit queue? It's a pretty delicate balancing act between keeping things authentic and keeping them completely safe.
Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling that exact problem with ModQueue Copilot. We are literally mapping out the absolute best way to show this app in action. Because honestly, it's not just about what your code does behind the scenes, it's all about nailing that golden path user journey so the judges instantly get the real-world value.
So here's our game plan for today. We'll quickly meet ModQueue Copilot, check out the primary live path, and peek inside the moderation console. Then we'll cover fallback launch options, some safe demo scenarios, and finally wrap up with delivering real workflow impact. Let's get into it.
All right, Section 1. Meet ModQueue Copilot, a real Devvit moderation assistant. Now, ModQueue Copilot is not just some basic, run-of-the-mill script. It's an entire Devvit-built assistant. It runs directly inside an installed subreddit to help mods actually triage live posts, catch spam, and execute their workflows completely natively inside the Reddit platform.
When you're pitching this, you absolutely want to show off the whole toolkit. You can analyze live posts right there, get smart recommendations to approve, remove, review, or reply. Plus, you get these highly structured case files, you can run policy stress tests, and even track long-term operational impact. Basically, you're proving you've built a heavy-duty suite for real day-to-day moderation operations.
Okay, moving right along to Section 2, the primary live path, which is the absolute most native and authentic workflow. Listen, this 5-step flow right here, this needs to be your main hackathon story. First, you open a real post inside the installed subreddit. Second, you just hit Analyze with ModQueue Copilot right from the Moderator Post menu. Third, check out the direct analysis in the compact view. Fourth, you click Open Full Moderation Console. And finally, fifth, you reveal the entire full moderation workflow. Why this specific route? Well, by launching right out of the actual Moderator Post menu, instead of some fallback URL, the integration feels completely seamless. It's hands down your strongest entry point for a demo because it just feels native, direct, and incredibly real. It's exactly how a mod would actually use it in the wild. All right, Section 3, inside the moderation console. Let's take a deep dive into what that live analysis actually looks like.
So, that compact view we just mentioned, it delivers a brilliant instant verdict. It can instantly flag a likely scam with 98% confidence. And since it breaks down the exact heuristic signals it used, like shady earnings claims or a weird author history, it gives the moderator literally everything they need in a split second.
And then you click into the full moderation console, and bam! This is where you visually blow the judges away. You've got this massive depth of information, from persistent usage analytics all the way to a critical priority case file that outlines spam pressure and a really handy handoff summary for the next mod coming on shift.
Oh, and you've got to check out the policy stress test feature. This is so cool because it transparently shows how the exact same post would be treated under entirely different moderation styles. So whether your community is running balanced ops, a really strict spam shield, or a much softer community support vibe, you see exactly how the rules apply.
But to really prove this is a fully functional tool during your demo, you actually execute a live action. Right there from the console, you just click Remove. The app automatically writes up a suggested reply to the user, updates the post moderation state, and drops a log of the event straight into the queue activity for the rest of the mod team to see. Boom, a totally closed-loop workflow.
Which brings us to Section 4, fallback launch options, for when that handy post menu just isn't available. Now, what if the post menu isn't an option, or maybe you're launching straight from the subreddit level instead of a specific post? Well, ModQueue Copilot has a fallback live moderation path. Moderators can manually kickstart the linked analysis by just pasting in a Reddit post URL or its full ID. It pulls up a really straightforward model where you just paste the link right in. It works perfectly. But remember your strategy here. For hackathon presentations, this fallback flow should absolutely never replace that primary post menu journey we talked about. It's a great feature, but keep it in your back pocket as a backup.
Next up, Section 5, safe demo scenarios, which are absolutely crucial for predictable presentations.
We all know live demos can be super risky. If the live queue conditions are acting up during your pitch, you can rely on 4 completely controlled demo scenarios. You can literally seed a high-confidence scam with a spam demo post, spin up a promotional edge case, drop in a good faith rules question, or just seed a healthy community discussion. This guarantees your presentation doesn't fall apart if live content is scarce.
These 4 paths are super easy to find, cleanly categorized right in the Devvit launch menu. But here's a pro tip. Always clearly position these to the judges as demo-safe examples, strictly for controlled environments. Don't try to pass them off as your main real-world workflow, right? The authentic live path is still your star player.
Finally, Section 6, delivering real workflow impact through measurable operational analytics. By capturing and tracking these metrics over time, the platform completely proves it's a persistent operations product. I mean, it's not just a fancy classifier you run once. It actively tracks its own value, logging the time it saves, the actual scams it intercepts, and the sheer volume of post-triaged. And let's focus on this number right here, 43. That is 43 estimated minutes of actual real-world moderator time saved in this specific queue. To put that into perspective, time is literally the absolute most valuable resource a volunteer moderation team has. Showing judges a number like that, it is incredibly impactful.
When you showcase the Ops Impact Center directly inside your interface, it just grounds the whole presentation. It proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that you aren't just showing off a flashy tech demo, but you've built something that solves actual, measurable problems for Reddit communities day in and day out.
Well, that wraps up our explainer for today. If there's one big takeaway, is that the user journey is just as critical as the backend code itself. How you route your users changes everything. So, here's my question to you. How are you going to map out your authentic user journeys to maximize the perceived value in your next demo? Go find your golden path. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you next time.